Okay, we'll start now since it is exactly on the dot at 10 a.m. Good morning all. Thank you for taking the time to attend this webinar. We'll be navigating through the newer version of GovReports. Before I start, I'll probably give a brief introduction for those who are new to GovReports about who we are, why we do what we do. GovReport is the complete SBR lodgement portal for business, BAS agents and tax agents to securely prepare and submit compliance reports to the respective government agency, including the tax office for all the tax return related and business compliance forms, payroll tax to all the states and territories, revenue officers, as well as ASIC financial reports for listed companies. Why we started? From the early days, we hear that taxpayers and tax practitioners' issues in meeting compliance, not only technology available was not reliable at the time, the process was difficult to follow. We learned that they were in desperate need for more efficient, cost-effective, and more streamlined system to manage their business and personal affairs from the simplest to the most complicated arrangement. So we developed and released GovReports with an aim to provide secure, flexible data management services with locally private hosted cloud applications. We integrate and map data source to make your workflow process easier. It's a direct end-to-end service available at your fingertips with online access. Features including automatic pre-filling from ATO and software. So for those that have been using us, pre-filling for activity statements, tax returns. Well, for activity statements, it's document ID, the PAYG installments amounts, and of course from software, we integrate with major software providers. So whether it's a cloud-based or a desktop software, you can just simply upload export the file or upload the file, the backup file, or the backup file onto GovReports for lodgements. Then we also have it is electronic record keeping, so it's easier for you to sort and to search for a certain particular lodgement, or if you prepare halfway preparing the reports, you can certainly go back and search for it and go straight into it with very minimal effort. And of course, upon lodgement, you get instant validations and receipts. So it means that you get confirmation if later on, we have so many cases in the past where our clients lodge. Diane, if you can't hear, okay. So I'll just continue on. Just in the past, we have a lot of clients who have lodged and then realized 6 months later the ATO come back and said they haven't received the report lodgements and have penalized their client for it. Certainly you can go back to the validations or the receipts that you have lodged. If it has been successfully lodged, you can find the lodgement receipts from GovReports and then forward that to the ATO, confirm that it has been lodged exact time and date, and that it is sitting somewhere on the ATO portal and certainly sitting somewhere on the ATO system, sorry. So they can go back and basically search for that, and of course the fine was waived. It is, it's a small effort, but certainly it does add a long way. Also, lodgement is in real time, so on many occasions, of course, I'm sure many of you have seen, once the lodgement is done, it's possibly in a few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes, you possibly see that on the ATO portal, it's been updated. For example, the PAYG, if it has been lodged successfully, within a minute or so, you see that on the ATO portal, tax agents can then go in and immediately prepare the tax return for that individual employees, or for the employees on that PAYG payment summary. Within GovReports, you can, because you can save and draft, and can work at your own pace, save and draft the okay, all good. Yes, within GovReports, because you can save and draft the reports So it means that once you have validated the process, many people have used it, save and validate the report, then send an email with attached copy of the validated reports to their clients to get authorizations. Of course, we do have additional and optional authentication tools that you can use with digital signature, which I will go through the process later on as part of the process as well for those that have digital signature. The ability to amend and revise lodge reports is also a popularity in GovReports. What that means is regardless of whether you have lodged your clients or yourself have lodged the report in GovReports or in ATO portal or from another software, you can go to GovReports and amend or lodge a revisions of that particular report. Of course, secondary users, if you've got more than one staff and you're working with you, certainly you can add them on to share the workload within your practice. Now, of course, there are a lot more features, but we won't go through. I'm sure you will walk through and you can see that a lot more. This is the existing, for those that have been using us for a little while, this is the existing dashboard. Of course, we loved, just like anyone else, we also love what we have grown into or accustomed to use, and it's difficult to let go. But the reality is we want to do so much more and to offer you, and this previous version give us limited capabilities to do that. As we listened to your feedback over the years and suggestions, we want to implement these into the new into GovReports, and it was like I said, it was difficult to do with as technology changed. There's a lot more flexibilities and the reasons for us to change to the new versions. We because everyone's operate differently. And of course, everyone we find that there are some common likings, but certainly everyone works differently, and everyone has options to like things the way or to operate differently. So we give a lot of, not only can you customize, previously can you customize the software, what you want to use and how you use it. Now you can also customize your dashboard and services that you need within GovReports. It is intuitive and flexible with a lot more space for us to, as we grow, we will add more features and so forth. Currently, for those that have been using the new versions, what we have at the moment is possibly about 60-70% of what we want to release in already planned. So if you get used to familiar with what we have already, gradually when we add new features and so forth, services, it's a lot more easy. It's a lot easier to accustom to grow. So like I said, there's a lot more services to be that will be added along the way. So just we'll let you know and update you as we go along. Certainly, we believe it is a better workflow and easier to access. But I'll walk through. What I'll do is I'll walk through the demo and so that you can raise more questions as we go. The integrated client. Yes, integrated, Louise. Integrated a client account will soon be added to GovReports. We have developed, but we haven't got the approval from ATO to release it yet. It's likely at this stage. We have been advised that it will be released very soon. So as soon as it's been released, we have the ATO confirmations. We'll update and let you know, and it will be on GovReports. You say at this stage, conservatively, I'll say that possibly around June, July, that you see that that features in GovReports, including the client updates. So what I'll do now is I'm going to go. I'm going to log into GovReports and navigate through or walk through a certain process. This is the dashboard. When you log in, this is your dashboard. Like I said, we can customize the dashboard, so what you have or what I have might be a little bit different, but I'll show you the customizations shortly. Let me walk through the features on this dashboard. And now because I've logged in a little while ago, so I might get knocked out anytime. I might get locked out very shortly. So on the left-hand side, you've got the left-hand menu, which is similar to your previous dashboard, the My Clients and My Users and My Lodgements. So my clients basically list all your clients. You know, there's a little bit, sorry, it just take a little bit of time to get through to that page. It's not even halfway through. But it lists all your clients in alphabetical order or whatever yeah, it logged me out. Okay. As I said, I've logged in a little bit earlier and left it unattended for a little while, so it just reconnecting. This is, mind you, this is the testing account, and because it's a testing account, it's different. It's a different test. It's a different environment to that of what you have used, familiar with. It's all the clients here are not real. All the ABNs and so forth, even though even it's a testing account, it's also interact with the ATO as well. So just to give you a little bit more of a real life situations or real productions environment. So like I said, you can list, my clients will list all your clients. You can show that in a version of 10, you know, a list of 10 or 25 or 50 or 100, depending on your arrangement. Now, in my case, I only got about, I'm not too sure, more than 10. So possibly not wise to show 100, but certainly you can reset it so that it will show you, you know, like all your clients, or you can scroll it down as you wish. My users, it will list out all your users, and of course, each one, and now I didn't go through my clients. You notice there's a little arrow up and down here, so you can click on that, and basically there's a list of the you know, categories of users and so forth that you might have on your account. Same thing with your clients as well. Just have a look at the little arrow. So for those that have archive clients, or you know, or clients of different, you know, like that you have categorized in a different, it will also be in that. Just make sure that you click on the drop-down arrow to see all your list of clients categories. And my lodgements, certainly, like I said, it's similar to what you have previously in the old versions. It will have all the lodgement history. So all your clients based on the dates that you've lodged, and of course, for those that have EFT reconciliations statement that want to get access to that, then you can get access from there. Save reports, BAS lodgement options, pay reports, outstanding reports. Now, outstanding reports, for those that got outstanding reports, this is where you do the settings, or you initially have the blanket switch of, you know, set up the, configure the outstanding reports. I'll go through that when we get to the settings shortly, but like I said, I'll walk through the dashboard. Notice on top of every page that you click on, there will be a search option, a search field. This search field, so for example, those that a lot of BAS agents do go to their client site to work. So if you, you know, you log into GovReports at your client site, you type, instead of you know, clicking on my clients and it will list out all your clients, and then you search for that client, you can simply go in the search menu here, or the search field, type in your client's name, and that will pull up just your client's name or all the clients that you have in the same name. Now, because in here I've got the same client with different branches, so that's the reason that it lists out all the clients in that with the same name. So if you select one of the clients, then it will take you to that client only, without having to show all your client list in front of your clients. Just take a little bit of time to come up. So like I said, it just shows your clients now, because just mind you, when you navigate through GovReports, there's little arrows up and down or sideways. You've got archive clients or tag clients, as I mentioned earlier, and then you can close you know, you can expand your window so that you can only see what you want to see. So we go through this, but like I said, I want to go through all the services that we have, all the features that we have from the dashboard. So that's the search option, the search field. Now, on the dashboard, you get your save report, which is similar to the old version. If you click here, it will take you straight to all your save reports that you have in draft or in validation, in valid status. Then you've got your lodge reports in total. This is a shortcut to get to take you here, or today's lodgement. And sometimes today's lodgement is because you've just lodged and you want to send a copy to your client that you have done the lodgement and perhaps send a tax invoice or whatever. So that's a quick shortcut for you to click on if you want to get access to the sale reports directly without having to go to your client. The due date, now because this is a testing account, so nothing's really coming up here because it's like I said, this is a testing environment. Even though it's a testing account, it's in a testing environment, which is different from the production environment account that you have. The outstanding reports, if you've got outstanding reports, that will basically list out all the overview of what you have, the upcoming 5, 10, whatever. So upcoming 5, basically, the outstanding report that's coming in, it's possibly, if you say, for example, you've got activity statements that's due in the due this month on the 28th, then it will list out basically all the activity statements, 5 at a time, because of the amount of space that we have there. And of course, anything that overdue, you would have the listing of all the activity statements that are overdue and needs for you to attend to. You certainly can click onto here and it takes you straight to the form without having to go to your clients and search for, select the form and go straight and select the form and go to that particular activity statements to prepare. So that's basically a shortcut. But if you don't actually do this, you can delete it and so remove that from your outstanding reports. Then for those that have CLM, which is our practice management tool, it will list out all the jobs, all the today's jobs, the overdue job, and the upcoming jobs that you have set up in your for the clients that you have set up in the account. Now, because like I said, this is a testing account, so a lot of things I have not updated fully to show you the functionalities, but I certainly can walk through and show you how these functionalities or how to get these access shortly. Then you've got your profile and of course the lodgement reports. Now this is, like I said, you can customize these what you want to see. If you don't have these options, if you don't have the outstanding reports or you don't have the CLM, you can certainly remove that by clicking customize and remove the things that you don't want to see. So for example, I might not want to see my profile because there's only me using this account. So I'll remove that. If the user profile is good also, so if someone, you put your picture there, just basically says, or you can put your logo so that people should not, they know by looking at the screen that you're using it. So the jobs as well, if I don't have that, I can remove it. And due dates, like I said, this is a testing account, so I might not have anything updated on there. So if I've removed that, it's successfully saved and it will update the dashboard. Spinning and removed all the services that I have indicated I don't want to use. So now basically I've got left with the services that I want. If I want to move things around, I can also move things around as well. Just basically use the mouse to drop and drag and drop where you want how you want your dashboards to look. So that's the customizations on your dashboard. The settings. Now, of course, if for those of you, we have a lot more settings options, a lot more features for you to manage and control your account with GovReports. So if you go to any of this, if you go to setting, click on setting, which is the top right corner here, in the middle top right, you have a lot of settings options there. Now, my business settings, of course, if you haven't changed, unless you change your ABN or change your business details, then you go to my business settings, my business, and then you can update your the details on your business. Now, the business setting is important because this is where the information that GovReports use to basically cross-check with the ATO, and of course for your lodgements, and also for your, to identify you better in terms of, in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in terms of, you know, to identify you better in It's basically we cross-check information, including your ABN, to ensure that it's matching with your OSCE details, and also matching with the ABR, and also tax petitioner more if, for tax agents, tax and VAT agents as well. So to ensure that all these information have you have set up properly and correctly, and the right person is using it, because without having a mismatch of any of those things, or when cross-checking, then of course your account would not work. This is basically to protect, to ensure that the right person is using, set up their account and use the account as well. So once you click on any settings, then you would have a list of all the setting options or menu from your left-hand side here, so that you can go from one to the next. If, like I said, if you want to change any of the business settings, click. You can change that by click Edit My Business on the left-hand side, top left here. Once you click that, you can go in and change whatever that you need to change. Okay. The profile setting is where we identify you, basically as a GovReport users. So it's sometimes we identify you, and when you contact us, or when you need an issue, you have an issue and you want us to sort, and this is where this information is used to log in, and also for us to identify you over the phone, or when you request for support. Like I said, you can add your logo, your photo. It depends on your liking. Once you've done make any changes, you must click Save. To ensure that the you save the details. Like I said, you can also change in the past, a lot of people, because when they set up their account with us, a lot of people have used, like email, like Yahoo, Gmail, or whatever. But along the way, and if you have your own customized website and email, you can certainly change your username or your whatever the details. Each time that you change, it will ask you to enter your password to ensure that the right person is accessing the account and making the changes as well. So I won't do that. So just click any changes here, so that it will knock me out, possibly ask me the password, and I'm not very good with passwords. So that's it. Like, you can make the changes if you want to. It's up to you. Users access settings. You can also for those that have additional users on your account, you can go to users access settings here and make the changes on their account as well. Up to you. Like I said, my users. If you click on to even from the dashboard, if you click on my users, there's a little drop down, and you can see the list of all your users, whether they're active, inactive, or the ones that have been deleted. Even though it's deleted, you want to delete, you won't see it. Anything in GovReport, if you have made the lodgement for any clients, or if anyone has made the lodgement in the past, we keep records of those simply because of ATO compliance requirements, 5 years record keeping. So for you, in terms of when you delete a user or a client, it will go to the archive or delete it, but it will not be deleted from the system until later after 5 years. Like I said, if you want to edit their role, you click on Edit, and we'll go. Like I said, we'll go through each and every one of the functionalities shortly when we get to that. But this is basically to show you that this is where you can also click on and change the details as well. Email settings. Now, we released this late last year, and it's basically enable you to receive email on the email that when you incoming emails is when you do the lodgement, and the lodgement receipt, or the queue report. Basically, which email do you want to receive that? So you can simply, to change any of these things, you can click on Edit Email Settings, and you can go in and just click on the field that you want to change. So if I want to change the incoming email where I receive my lodgement receipts and queue reports and so forth, I can change from there. Just simply go in, and that will be changed. Outgoing email is when you are sending emails out to clients or to yourself even. It's when you draft a report or you want to send a lodgement receipt to your clients or to yourself or someone else. This is where you change. Now, similar to your, for those that have email settings on your phone, it's exactly the same process and exactly the same procedures as well. So for those that, by default, it will go to GovReports. It will send from GovReports, because for those that don't do the settings, when you send out an email, it will have, it will be coming from the GovReports email. The problem with that in the past is that a lot of our users have contacted us and said, that their client never received the email, or they want us to check whether the report they sent has been sent out from our system. Unfortunately, we can't check that, because having thousands of emails being sent, every now and then, it's difficult for us to track that. And the thing is, because we don't have someone basically tracking these emails, or having a real account where this is checking, so we suggest that you do customize your outgoing email, and it's sending it from your email instead of GovReports. But like I said, for those that don't do the settings, by default it will be GovReports email. Google Mail, Gmail, and Yahoo is pretty straightforward. Others, it means that if you have customized emails, like for an example, you have your website or your email address is coming from ABC Proprietary Limited, or ABC Bookkeeping, then it will be, Tiana at ABC Bookkeeping, then it will be, Tiana whatever. So you need to enter the passwords, and you do need to check with your web developer or website developer for the SMTP server and the SMTP port details. So, like I said, it's exactly the same if you were to get access to your email, receiving your email from the phone or from your iPad, whatever. If you have regular access to it, and this is where you need to do your settings, and it's exactly the same. Once you've done that, you can then also copy and paste your email signature, so that your client can identify you better, or have access to your business details or your contact details from the email that you sent. Like I said, once you've done the settings, then it will basically give you to confirm what you want. It will confirm what you have on there, and it's like I said, once it's done, it's easier for you to track your emails when you send out a report to your clients. So because it's coming from your email, so once it's been sent from GovReports, you can go back to your email, your mailbox, and check the send mail whether it has been sent or not. So you can do, once you've done it, you can test it, test the outgoing emails, and if it's working, then you can also see that on your sent folder from your mailbox or from your email. So once you've done the email settings, then you can, there's manage your password. If you need to, every now and then you need to change your password, you will be able to do so as well. Now, because this is a testing account, there's a sections where there is the security settings, which is not listed on here, but from your account you would have an optional. It's called two-factor authentication. No, I don't have access to here. So I just click a little bit too quick there, for those who didn't see. If you want to go to that page, My Account, it will list this is the page where you, initially for those that are new to GovReports, when you first register with GovReports, this is where it takes you, and you can go into each and every one of the settings and set up, one by one, do the settings one by one, and then before you start using the system. Now, like I said, security settings, there will be another options here, which is the two-factor authentications. I'll walk through that. Let me go through the ATO nomination first and the OSCE settings. OSCE setting is exactly, for those that already have been using GovReports, it won't change. Going forward for March, ATO is no longer required, ATO now requires for all cloud software users to do the ATO nominations. So OSCE will only be used for those that are using GovReports for lodgement for payroll tax to other to state Office of Revenues, and other government agencies, but not for ATO. For ATO, you do need to do the ATO nominations. So with OSCE, it's the same. So like I said, many of you are existing users of GovReports. I won't go through the OSCE settings, but I'll go through the ATO nominations. So for ATO nominations, you can access from there, or you can access from the settings as well directly to ATO nominations. So let me go back to that page where we click on ATO nominations. Once you enter to this page, there should be a generate here, a software ID. You need to click generate, and that will generate the software ID number. Everyone will be different. Everyone's number will be different. So just copy that number, and then you need to go to contact the ATO, or go to the ATO portal to set up your ATO nominations. To do that, now if you do by the phone, for those that don't have the OSCE, you can contact the ATO on the 1300 number that we provided there. Now the issues that I have with this is that everyone that have dealt with ATO, yes, each time that you call, you speak to someone else different, and that someone else different will give you a different details. Having said that, to get access to the ATO customer service itself, sometimes it does take a long time. Before preparing for this, I did try to contact the ATO late last year and to do the nominations, and it took me almost 45 minutes waiting on the phone. So for those that have access to the ATO portal, the BAS agents portal, the tax agents portal, I suggest you use the ATO portal. Once you go into, if you're using the portal, once you log into the ATO portal, your BAS agents portal or the tax agents portal, you need to log in again to Access Manager. Click on My Nominated Software Providers. Once you click on that, it's basically follow the flow. Nominate a provider, confirm that's GovReports that you want to use. You can do the ATO nomination before March. We have had a lot of people have been doing the ATO portal, ATO nominations since October last year. ATO nomination has been available in GovReports since October last year. The reasons we haven't contacted anyone or sent out any emails to anyone advising that ATO nomination is now available in GovReports, simply because we were the first to implement this, and being the first does not mean that it's anything. It usually means that the ATO might not be ready as well, and there might be system discrepancy. So but having said that, it has been quite consistent. We have had a lot of people already have done the ATO nomination. It's now very consistent. So we'll possibly be sending out emails to everyone in the next few days to advise them to go on the ATO nominations. Like I said, once you enter the Access Manager and click My Nominated Software Providers, the nomination process is pretty, like you just follow the flow. Confirm it's GovReports that you want to use. Of course, it's not exclusively that you need to use GovReports. If you use other software as well, you can also add it there as well. So just like I said, follow the flow. Add the software ID that you have generated from GovReports earlier. Copy that number and paste it into the ATO portal or Access Manager here. Click Next. Confirm. And it's done. Like I said, it's not exclusively that you need to use only one software provider. If you need to nominate another provider, you can also do it there as well. So once it's done, you need to go back to GovReports, click Activate Nominations, and submit, and that will activate your ATO nomination instead of your OSCE that you have set up in GovReports for ATO lodgements. Now, I won't click Activate Nomination and Submit because this is a testing account. I've done it last time, and it's it went funny because it would not cross-check with the ATO, as this is a testing account. So once you've done that, you can then go back to where you were doing before and continue on with your process. Now, I'll go back to manage my account because there was a few more functionalities that I haven't gone through. So that's the manage the settings, and there is another security settings which I don't know how to get access to here. Security. The two-factor authentications, which, like I said, it's from we have added in for those that want to do, they want to have more security on your account. You click on more settings. Like I said, this is more settings from your production account. You should be able to see it directly from there. So for me, because I don't have this on testing account, so I need to go to more settings to get access to it. Or if you can't see it, you can go here as well, and that basically gives you the list of all your settings. Once you click on two-steps authentications, currently with GovReports is that you notice that when you log in, when you use your username and password to log into GovReports, your browser or your computer will save the password. The problem is that we find that a lot of time, because you work on a different device, whether it's your phone, your client's laptop or computer, and then of course different we leave and allow the system to copy your passwords. Because of that, and with so much security issues these days, we have increased security. But having said it is optional for you to use. At this stage, if you use additional security on your account, we have two options here that you can add it to your account, or and there will be more options available for you to use. If you don't like one of these, or two of these, or some of these, you can choose the ones that we will add later on. But like I said, this is the two that we have. The first option is basically if you activate this additional security option, what it means is that when you log in as you normally would, they would ask, our system will send you one-time password, which is the OTP, one-time password to your email to ensure that the right person is accessing your account, or the right username, the right user is accessing the account. So the problem that we noticed that a lot of BaaS agents do work on site and they do not have access to their email from their client site. That's a problem if you don't have access. So there is a second option, which is basically security questions. So whatever that you have set up, once you set up, it's by security questions. So it might be, we have a list of questions there, and whatever the answers that you put, each time that you want to access the financial report or reports of your clients, you will need to answer the questions. Like I said, the reasons for these setups is that this computer system, because it's within the application, the computer system does not save the password, and also that one-time password is to ensure that the system does not save your passwords onto anywhere. And each time it's different, and it's basically a little bit more. It is a bit windy. It's a bit, like it's annoying, but unfortunately, security is an issue these days. With more and more people getting on cloud, it's up to you if you want to use it. If you don't want to use it, it's fine as well, but the risk is at your end. We provide the facility and services, and it's up to you if you want to use it. Like I said, you can have both, and there will be more security options as along the way that we will add here. We will update you on the news sections on your dashboard, the news and update. We will have another section here with this update and give you an update on new and the changes that we have made in GovReports. So like I said, once you click that, I won't click it in this account because it's annoying for me. I don't normally remember my password, and one-time password just means that I go back and forward and checking the password to enter into the system. But like I said, we will have a third option, which I know of, is that it's the password that you can keep, so that you can enter the same password each time you go, and it's recommended possibly you change it every now and then as well. So once you click on that additional security, will be added to your account. So that's basically all the settings besides the account settings. And this is more, sorry, go back to home. Sorry, I want to show you the account, manage your account, which is your relationship with us. So like I said, now you have a lot more control. You can see what you have what subscription you have with us and when it expires and so forth, your purchases in the past. you want to top up the credits for those that are using us only for per lodgement or per use. And of course the shopping cart. Whatever the services that you already have, it won't allow you to purchase it again. So basically, you won't have an issues of duplicate purchase and things like that. Anything that you haven't got in your account, you can certainly see the options there, and you can add to your account or purchase more. So, like I said, it's basically once you click on, it's pretty straightforward, and of course it would have all the payment history that you have made into with GovReports as well. So, and if you want to get a lodgement, a copy of the receipts, you can click print, and that will give you the payment receipts that you made as well. So, like I said, everything is in your control and your management and how you manage your account. And for those that have used us as for per lodgement or per use, your transaction history will list out all your lodgements. Anyone else lost audio because Jen is not hearing me? Okay, so once I'm sorry, Jen, but just check your audio on the top. Okay, seems like other people can hear as well. So, all right, we go back to, a few people have lost audio. Just check your audio options on the top of your screen and see that if you can get back on. Otherwise, okay. So now what I'll do. Okay, like I said, what I'll do is now the setting. That's basically the settings. And for those that have access to other applications, you can get access to it from here. Before I go into these other applications, let me go through the process of lodgement. Like I said, you can go through. You can call up the client. You can call up the client, or you can just. Well, let me go through the normal process that you normally do. With my clients, it will list out all your clients. Like I said, if you have other categories of clients, whether it's archive or tag, it's you click on the number is the number. Sorry, I'm just gonna give the number to Jen, who's lost the. Okay, so for my clients, for the lodgement process, for those that still can hear me, for my clients, you can go into actions and select the forms that you want to lodge. So once you click on forms, it will list out all the forms that you need to get access to. Oh, you have subscriptions too, and you can select the forms straight from there. But for those that, like I said, I'll go through the other. I'll go through from the dashboard so that you can see. The options, this is the preferred option that I normally use. So once you get on here, like I said, you can widen your screen by closing this down. This is the client profile screen. So if for those that got CLM, you would have your work in progress for this for a particular client straight from the client profile. So the work in progress, today's job, overdue job, upcoming jobs. For those now this is unfortunately we haven't separated the CLM process so that you can remove this if you don't have it. You delete a draft. You can delete a draft, Louise. You can delete a draft. Let me go through that the options at the time for you. So the work in progress, that's basically on the client profile. Then you've got the overview, but basically this is the overview of your clients. You can go in and edit your clients if you need to, and if they change the ABN, they change the branch number, or they change the address, and so forth. But simply click on edit. The overview is basically, just like I said, it's an overview of your client's details. Now, for those that got clients that, that have more than one branch, you can't, instead of, you notice that when you enter the same ABN, our system will not accept duplicate of clients or duplicate of users or duplicate of accounts as well. So if you have a client that has multiple branches, to add branch, simply click on add branch here, and that will basically take you to the next page where the same ABN, because it's a different branch. So you simply just add the details of the next branch, change the branch number, and then add the trading name. It might be a different trading name or whatever, etc. So like I said, when you click on my clients earlier, you notice that I've got a few the same company name but different branch number. So that's the same. That's the reason that you can't add a new client with the same ABN but different branch number. It needs to be the same client with different branch. Let me go back to that screen. So that's basically the overview of the contact details of your clients. Anything that you have saved or draft for that client will be listed here. And if you, like I said, Louise, you asked a question earlier whether you can delete a draft. You can delete a draft. Just simply click onto it. And so I got from the wrong screen. Shouldn't be here. Once you click onto it, it will basically take you to the draft or the edit the draft. So I won't need to do that, sorry. Shouldn't be coming in. So like I said, it will give you the status, whether it's valid or saved. If it's valid, it's validated. If it's saved, it means it's in progress. And like I said, to delete it, you need to go from my. Let me go through that later. I'll answer your question shortly. You can't delete it from here. But anything that you have lodged for these clients, it will show up on your lodge column from your client's profile, particularly for these clients. Like I said, for those that are working on site at the client at your client's premises, this is better options because it's basically all about this client. So you do not need to show other clients' lodgements. You just basically, it's everything about these clients will be in this section. So once you click on the client profile, or click on your client that you want to work on, everything about that client will be from here. And certainly, if you've got more than one users on this account, that second users, you can also see who has access to the account from to this client as well, and whether they're doing work on the work that they do from here. The work they do on these clients. And of course, if you've got CLM, if you have jobs or invoices that have been sent to the clients or whatever, it will be updated on this site. You can manage the users. So I noticed earlier, you noticed that I got 2 users on this account, or 2 people that have access to this account. I might just remove one, remove that person's access, and do not give lodgement access to this client. Just basically, I want to assign for this person's or me myself to just prepare, but not lodge. I might, the principal agent might want to review and lodge. It's up to you. You can manage from there. But certainly, I will go through the My Users and set up later on. So once you've done that, save it, and it will update the system. Payee reports is basically for those that do PAYG payment summaries, and if you do it manually, they enter the employee's details, the payee's details will be saved there, and you can get access from here. To get access to the forms, like I said, you can get access from the My Clients directly, or once you click on once you pull up the client's the profile, you can also work from here as well. Once you click on forms, it will list out of all the forms that you have subscribed to. Select the form that you need to work on. The date range, Same process, nothing. Once you get to here, it's the same process as you would have done in the previous version. For those that are new, I'll still walk through the lodgement process. So confirm the date range, because the bigger the date range, the longer it will take to for GovReports to basically pull up all the reports from ATO and list it out. I cannot process your request at the moment due to an error. Okay, Cindy, can you check ATO whether it's working or not? ATO might not be working. Okay, so normally if you would list out the date range, and we'll list all the activity statements that has been issued by the ATO during that period, and you can select the activity statements or the report that you want to lodge. For tax returns as well, the same thing. It will list out all the tax return, whether it's now for those that has been processed or has been lodged before, whether through our system or not, it will still show up and it will show that it's been processed. So if you want to do, and you would have the options to do revisions. Now, normally, if the ATO doesn't work, you can do the activity statements offline. Now, when you do the activity statements offline, you do need to be very specific for that particular period. So if it's the last BAS statements, then it will be, from 1st of October to the 31st of December. It has to be a particular date, because it's offline BAS will not allow you to do a date range, because there's no you cannot select the particular BAS that you want to lodge. So if for those that do offline when ATO is not working like it is now, then you do need to you can do the offline BAS, prepare it, draft, save it. When ATO is back online, you can then go back to Save Reports, click Pre-Filled, and that will basically pre-fill from the ATO with the document ID and all the details from there, and you can validate it or you can lodge directly. Just to give you a demo, because I put in 1st October. Now, like I said, you can, once you get to this, if you decide to do offline BAS, you can also export the file from Xero, NYB, or QuickBooks, depending on which software you use, or you can upload the file depending if it's a desktop software. I'm going to do it manually, just to give you to show you what it looks like. Now, for those that are new to GovReports or haven't used GovReports before, similar process if you do it online, and the thing is, the difference is that we skip a step where you can select the activity statements from the listing that the ATO has provided. So once you got to the form, it's basically the same. The same thing. The only thing missing is the document ID is not there, which when it's due and so forth. These are basically pre-filled from the ATO. We don't have that, and we need to pre-fill that when the ATO is back online. Okay, so like I said, you confirm the details here, enter the details, enter the cells. So for simplicity, I won't enter any details for at all. It might. Okay. Once you get to the declaration page, make sure you sign the declarations. Who's lodging it? And the date today is the 27th. Next, you can only save it. So, like I said, you can't validate it. Just save it. Once you save it, it will take you back to the Save Reports. This is the Save Reports. Is there any way? Is there a way to just load an IS? Yes, there is. Like I said, it's the same process, Louise, offline. Same process. just need to put in the exact date. So we put in the BAS earlier, so 1st of October to 31st of December. So for the IAS, you might have to put 1st of the month to the end of the month. So once you get to, this is the Save Reports, or from the Bird View, it's the same thing. Bird View, you click on Save Reports, it will give you access to all the Save Reports that you have done. Now, because the ones that when you did that, full BAS format, there was just hold on, Louise. You know, when you did that, it's, I think it depends on the settings. I did the same issues before. You know how you pull up the offline BAS and then pull up the full. You notice that you found out the issues that I did. Sorry, guys. Can I check with the? It come up with the full BAS. Louise. I remember. Sorry. I just if you did that, it's because of when you select the activity statements. Let me go through the full. Okay, let me start. Okay, it depends on when you select the activity statements. I'll possibly go back to it actually. Let me edit it. We show you, yeah, it doesn't show, there is an option because I'm not too sure where you selected it, but there is an option. Okay. There is an option where you can select whether it's IAS or BAS, and because I didn't go through that, this time as well. There was an option just when you select the offline. Then once you select the offline options, there's another section where you can select whether it's IAS or the BAS, and I didn't select it. So if you didn't select it, by default it goes to the BAS version. No, there is no. There is no. No, it's that's because when it's offline, our system, because it doesn't interact with the ATO, so it doesn't know whether it's IAS or BAS. We have to confirm. We have to indicate that. And in most cases, when I show that to people, and it's my fault as well, I don't clarify whether it's a BAS or an IAS. You do need to confirm that, and I'll come back to you shortly later. Yeah, that's correct. That's where you select A, B, or whatever. There's A or I, and you need to select that. And if it's an IS, then you select the I, because in most of the cases it will go by default with the BAS. So once you get to here, I won't go through the editing of the report, but that's once you got once you have saved it and the ATO is back online, you click on preview. I've been told that ATO is working now. Oh, it's not working. Okay. So once ATO is back online, you can simply click on preview, and it will preview from the ATO. Now I've been told that I select the wrong client without the branch number that I selected. The client with the branch number does not exist. So it does not recognize by the ATO. That's the reason that I do not have access to the reports. But otherwise, if you click preview, it will preview the information that you have from the ATO, and you can go, and it will then give you the options to edit, and you go through the edit and then go through the lodgement process. So that's basically. Let me go through to simplify things. I'm going to go through, once you've got anything that's saved or validated, you would then have the options to then, for those that got digital signature, you can send to clients for digital, save, validate, or and send for signature from the lodgement section, or you can do it from the save reports as well. Now, for those that do not have the digital signature, if you click on here, once it's validated, say validated, that means it has cross-checked the information from the ATO. You can click it, I'll go through the digital signature shortly, Sue. So just give me one moment for those that don't have digital signature. You click on the form that you want to lodge, or simply just lodge selected or delete selected, or like you said, I think Louise asked me earlier whether you can delete a draft. You can. Like I said, if you click here, you want to delete it, whether it's saved or validated, or saved as a draft or valid report, or it has got digital signature already, you can launch it selected or delete the selected. So you can delete a draft report as well. Now, for those that you want to launch it, you can launch it, click ticket and launch it, or if you want to go back to it and send a copy to your clients for signature authorization, you can then print it, download it, or email it to yourself. And if you've got email settings earlier, you can send it to your clients directly by simply clicking on that. It will attach the activity statements and attach the draft activity statement that you have on file, and you can send it to yourself, you can send it to your client, or you can send it to someone else, up to you. You can customize the subject, the contents of the emails, and of course, if you send it to your clients, it will have your email signature if you've got the email signature set up earlier. Okay, so once that's basically the email options. Now we're going to go back to now for those that got digital signature, you can go to, like I said, you've got two options. You can go through from the lodgement process, or you can go through from the save report. I prefer to go through the save report simply because I know that the validation process sometimes when there's errors and so forth, sometimes it's difficult for us to identify the issues as well. So, but having said that, it has been I've been advised that that's not the case. But it's up to you however you want to use it. From save reports, just check that if it has a valid status. We only allow for digital signature. We only allow for valid status reports to be sent for signature. It makes sense because you don't send a draft or a halfway report that has been saved, and then once you update it, you need to resend it again to show the final reports. So it has to be a valid status. Now notice once it has been signed, it would say that it's valid and signed, or valid processing. That means it's still waiting for the signature. So for those that want to send for signature, this is the valid report that I have on file or on the account. Click on the action tab, click send for signature. You can also delete from the action bar as well. Once you click on send for signature, it basically will pull up the report from the valid report that you have on GovReports, pull it across to digital signature applications. Now, because this is a testing account, the environment is not as stable as yours because, like I said, for us it's a testing environment. It's something that we set up so that we can show people how the system works, but it's not a real production. And because it's not real production, we don't put a lot of effort into here. So the account might not look as good as the one that you have in production. But we are trying to assimilate as much as we can. Okay, so Sue, so if you want to send for signature from save reports, you would have a list of reports. Then you're going to click on the report that you want to send for signature because it's check the status, it's valid. Then go to click on action and send for signature, and that would take you to the next screen, which is this page. This is the digital signature application. So once you get onto here, you will see the activity statements that the activity statements is already uploaded. For those that want to send along with their letter of authority, they can upload the file from here. Click upload, pretty straightforward. Now I've just downloaded some sample agreement that I searched online. So More or less, yes, Sue. It's basically if you got digital signature, you want to send it for your clients, that's up to you. It's like I said, this is an additional and optional. Digital signature is an additional service that we have, and it's optional, and it's $129 per year plus GST. If you don't need to use this, then you don't have to. It's like I said, it's optional. So like I said, for those that got digital signature, you upload the letter of authority. If you don't have letter of authority, you just want to send it as it is, that's fine. It's depending on your process, or you can upload other files as well if you want to. This is external files. Activities, the reports, you can only send one report at a time. Once you enter you're happy with all the attachments, all the things, the documents that your clients need to sign, you can also, it will have your client's details as you have on the account already there. So if you want to change it, just simply click on the field and change the name and change the address, and whether you want this person to sign or to view only. We have to roll here to do designations. But otherwise, it might be that they have a partner who is not a signatory person, but they want to review the report, the report or the activity statement for tax returns. You can also add that person in as well. So if you want to add in someone else, basically you can just the name. You can add in, like I said, if you want this person is only not to sign but also only to view, then you can change that, change the role. And if this person's basically say, you want to send a private message to this person, you can do so as well. Now, otherwise, there's a common message for everyone, and then you can add it here. Now, I won't be sending. I have access to this email. Okay. To make sure that I can show you what it looks like, I'll make sure that there's an email address that I can actually access to. So as I said, if you want a private message, you can do so. Otherwise, just basically a common message will be here. So if you want a private message, you can do so, but otherwise, because there's multiple people, you can send private message for different people that you attach to this document. So, like I said, because this is not a real email, so I will remove that. And then there's also additional settings that you can have. Now, it's a reminder. So because this is our system. It's for compliance reporting, and compliance reporting does have a deadline. So activity segment does have a deadline. So if you're sending this to your client and the activity segment is due in 5 days, you can say that, okay, notifications to signee every day, repeat every day. So it will send out the notification 1 day. So you will get the clients will get the email, the reports today, but then it will send a reminder tomorrow and repeat every day. So it's basically how you want to set it. Document expires in 5 days because we said it's activity statements. If it's due in 5 days, we say it's in 5 days, and the reminder, the expiry notifications 1 day before the request expires. So you can say that. And then the settings will be done. So click next. From here, you can mark it will show the reports or the attached documents that you attached earlier. You then can mark, just click and use your mouse, click on where you want your clients to sign. There's 2 documents that we have attached to that, so make sure that you click on the second document, otherwise it won't allow you to move on. Click on next because there's a few pages. Okay. Like I said, mark where you want that your clients to sign. Once you're happy with everything, if you have other users as well, or other recipients, make sure you click on the next recipient and where you want them to sign. For example, this agreement has 2 signature places. If there is another person that needs to sign it, click on the next person and then mark the signature where you want that person to sign. And you notice that it says that signature for John, whatever. So if it's the next person, it will say signature for the other person. Once you've done that, send for signature. Send for signature or save as a draft. So that you can come back later. Okay, then the status will then be pending for signature. Now, my documents, there's a lot of functionalities, and I won't go through every single one of these functionalities. The folders, you can manage your documents from here, your documents that you send out for signature. I won't go through this, but basically that's the process. I can go back to... I'm going to check for the email that we just sent earlier. Make sure that I sent to the right... okay. Because I did not check demo at eimpact.com.au, is not the right, it's a testing account email, so I won't be receiving the email. Sorry, I've used a lot of, wrong email. So normally your client would receive the email with digital signature requesting for signature, and they would have instructions on that. Now, because we have updated and upgraded the system, so your clients now, unfortunately, they will, once they receive the email with attached file, once they click on the view file, the system will automatically send them an email with a password. They need to use that password to enter and view the documents. This is basically to ensure that the person that receiving this email is the person that you want to receive this email and to sign will be accessing the documents. So there is instruction on the email. There is instruction on the email so that your clients will know what to do and what to expect. But otherwise, you can also test it and send it to yourself, and so that you know the process and you can discuss with your clients as well. If you are testing and using, you're testing and send it to yourself, just make sure that when you open the file, notice that at the moment I'm using Firefox to show you the demo or to access the system. But when I access the email, I'm going to Google Chrome. You must use a different browser, otherwise the computer system, your computer will basically get confused, and our system will get confused, and because you're signing as the user, as the sender, as well as the receiver, the system will clash. So that's basically it. So once they sign it, the system will automatically send them a copy of the signed copy in the email, and you will get a notification and also an attached document as well. And the status will change from pending for signature to signed. And of course, once it's been signed, the status on your GovReports as well will also change to valid and sign instead of valid processing that you would have while you're waiting for your clients to sign. So that's basically digital signature. For those that got digital signature, that's the digital signature. For those that got outstanding reports, if the first time when you got GovReports, you need to go into My Lodgements, Outstanding Reports. Click, instead of Update List, click on the action bar on the top right corner here. Click on Client Configurations, and then you can tick on the clients that you want to receive outstanding reports for. Because a lot of people in the past, initially when we first introduced outstanding reports, we had the blanket versions where basic blanket options were switched, where all your clients will be updated for outstanding reports. Unfortunately, then we found out a lot of complaints. We got a lot of complaints because a lot of clients do not do activity statements, prepare activity statements for all their clients, so they want to undo some of them. It becomes quite a mess. So now we basically give you this option where you can configure for each one of your clients who you want to receive clients reports for. So once you tick them, the system will update it automatically. It would say that outstanding report has been synchronized successfully for each one of the clients that you've ticked. Just wait for that thing to come through. Once that comes through, that the green part has been updated successfully, you then can go back to outstanding report, close that, click update the list. Now, because this is not a real account, so the ABN is not real, so we won't be able to interact with the AGO and update the list. So but it's just to show you is that once you configure your client list, then click update list, and then you can go back to your dashboard, or basically that list will basically update and give you the list of all the clients that you report that are outstanding. Or you can go back to your dashboard, and that will be updated onto your dashboard as well, so that you can get access to it as well. For my clients, now if you want to add a new client, click on Add New or import the client list from the ATO for BAS agents. It takes it's very quick. If you've launched the BAS through GovReports and you go through the portal, it takes about a minute or a few minutes. It's usually very quick, Louise. A few minutes to update, but otherwise you can synchronize and onto from GovReports for outstanding reports, or you can go to the portal where a few minutes. Sometimes we see that the things happen within a minute, and sometimes it happens in a few minutes. So basically, give a good 5 minutes or so. If it doesn't happen, just be a little bit patient. Five times depends on the traffic on the day as well on your internet. So could be 5-10 minutes maximum. But otherwise, if it doesn't show up in half a day, something's wrong. Just basically let us know. So for those that going back to importing your client list, for those that are new to GovReports or you want to update the client list, all your clients onto GovReports, you can do so. Now, our system, like I said, if you update the client list from the ATO portal, with BAS Agent, we have 3 options. This testing account is a tax agent's account, so there's a lot more options that they can upload the client list from, certainly from the software as well as from the ATO portal. For BAS agents, you can download your client list from the ATO portal, whether it's from the client account running balance report, or the client lodgement list, or the PAYG installment reports. Basically, it would have all your list of clients, and you can download the list, upload onto GovReports, and that basically will bring up all your clients instead of you entering it one by one. Of course, if you've got existing clients, some of the existing clients on there, it will not update those clients that you already have in GovReports. Like I said, our system does not allow for duplications. Once you that's basically to add one client one at a time, or to add multiple, upload or your client list all in one go. Same thing with my users. Like I said, you can add once you click add new users. The important thing is the email, the first name, and then make sure that you allocate the role or the user license to them. Once you click on users, once you allocate the user's license, it will take you to your user list, my user list, and then from there you click on the client's name that you want to basically customize the role for them. Click on the action bar. Like I said, you can inactivate the users, set password or reset the password. Their access is controlled and their responsibility is controlled by you. So you can set and reset the password. If they've forgotten the password, you can reset the password. Click on user permissions to allocate the role and responsibilities. If you allocate the user license, delegate the administrator privilege means that you giving them access to everything that you can do on your account except for payment of your account or manage of your account. Otherwise, they can see all the clients, they can launch all the forms, access all the forms, etc. Otherwise, if you click on add clients and also launch for those new clients, you can tick that, or basically and which forms you want them to get access to, and which clients that you want them to have access and work on as well. So whether you allocate to them and whether they can launch or not. So you can decide from there. Once you tick that, it will basically update the system automatically without having the need for you to click save. Once you see that green thing, that means it's done. You can close it, and that's done. That's basically the role of your users. So that's basically the GovReports. Now, for those that want to use digital signature, I forgot to mention, for those that use digital signature, if you need to get back to digital signature at any time, go back to the dashboard and see the status, or basically change or send a non-GovReports document. You simply click on digital signature from there, from the app center. On App Center or Digital Signature or CLM, and that will take you back to the dashboard for digital signature. And of course, your documents, listing of all your documents, you can see, like this has been sent reminded. This one is in draft. You can continue. You can go back to it and continue to work on it, or you can go into a particular folder and just check on the status of each one by one. Okay, so that's basically navigating through the GovReports. And for those that got CLM, I did not have time to go through the CLM, but like I said, for those that got CLM, you can now create jobs and manage the job or task directly from your clients. Any questions? Super, initially we wanted to add Super into GovReports. I'll answer one question at a time. So Super, we wanted to add Super into GovReports, but unfortunately we haven't had much of the demand for that, simply because a lot of your clients who, if they're using MYOB or QuickBooks or Xero or whatever, the Super is available from there. Let us know what's your requirements. But like I said, we didn't see much of the demand from Super, so we have not made that as an option in GovReports at this stage. And of course, clearinghouse. If your clients are small, a lot of small clients, you can also use the ATO clearinghouse. So just give us feedback. But like I said, we haven't seen much of the demand for it, so we haven't developed we haven't decided to add SuperStream into GovReports. But we just say if that is an option later on, we can certainly add it on. If there is much demand from that we will add it on later on. CLM is the client enlargement management system. It's a practice management tool that we have in place. Initially, we introduced that 2 or 3 years ago. I have to admit it was not a very successful launch at that time because we had a lot of I believe it was clunky. For those that are using CLM, whatever you have at the moment, we are working on making a lot of changes going forward. So the changes at the moment in CLM is probably 20%. We have added the workflow straight onto GovReports so that basically for those that got access to CLM will now be able to manage their workflow a lot easier from GovReports. But gradually, CLM itself will be changed, possibly I'll say 6 months for it to be completed. So so there's a lot of changes coming. So I won't go through the details of CLM, but basically the workflow in CLM is now pretty straightforward. You can, if you create a new job, if you add a new client, and you can then go into create a new job, create a job, or once you click on create a job, you can, if you've got CLM set up in previously, you can select the previous template that you have, the default task template or the existing job template. Click on that, copy it, and then it will basically give you, access to the existing template that you have set up already. Like I said, I won't go through a CLM because that possibly will take me another hour or so. But for those that already use CLM, it's pretty straightforward. The default task templates you have in there that we have in GovReports task template. Otherwise, you can customize the task template or the job template that you want to use. You can use that for GovReports reporting process and also for non-GovReports reporting process. Just customize that, save it, and then reuse it for your subsequent tasks or jobs that you have upcoming. Initially, with CLM, you do need to set up. You do need to set up, and then come back, go back to GovReports and start using. It is now pretty straightforward. I believe it is now a lot easier to use, but like I said, we are still it's still working in progress for us for the next 4 to 6 months time to complete the CLM update or upgrade. And then I've got, can you link the ICC to GovReports? What? Sorry, Jane, can I get you to clarify what is ICC? Sorry, I'm not a BAS agent. Sam, I will come back to Jane. Can you clarify the ICC? What is ICC? We do have the user guide, which will be updated for digital signature. Will be updated sometime this week, and also for GovReports will be updated because GovReports we haven't complete a lot of the features. So the reported, sorry, the integrated account. Okay, come back to you. So the integrated user guide will be updated along the way, but there is a user guide in there, and we will be updating it progressively. But digital signature is complete, and the help guide is there, and will be updated this week as well because we just completed the new version. So yes, it's there. The integrated client account. Yes, it will be automatically available in GovReports very shortly, Jane. As I mentioned earlier, integrated account about client account and also client updates and other ATO portal services will be available in GovReports as later this year, possibly I'll say around June, conservatively. Like I said, we have implemented it previously, but ATO did not give us the green light to release it. So we're waiting for it. Possibly we believe that's around June, July that we will have access. ATO claimed that they, it's the security issues that they have, and they are going through a review process. It's been approved. But we're waiting for them to give us the green light to release it. So that's basically, so that's basically it. Any other questions? Okay, apologies for those that I have went overtime. It's half an hour overtime. For those that have stayed on, thank you. It is, like I said, I believe for those that want to go specifically for CLM or for digital signature, there's, I could spend, I do spend a lot more time onto it and go through in details of the features and the services there. But this is basically a brief, like navigating through the system where you get access to certain things. And if you have any more questions specifically to any services that we have on the system, let us know. But otherwise, there are also other webinars that I will be running for digital signature and for CLM, setup and system. So let us know if you just basically register for those if you want to get access to those. There is, Diane, there is a list of webinars that on the website. Just basically click on go to the website, not the application, the website, click on BAS agents or tax agents, then you would have webinar list box. Click on that. Once you click on that, it will take you to the webinar list. Or let me give it to you. Just give me one moment. Once you click on the website, go to BAS or tax agents. You have webinars calendar. Click on webinars, and that will give you the list. And also the recording of this webinar will also be posted there as well. Just give me. Oh, it doesn't allow me to paste here, but Diane, it's there. GovReports, like I said, click on the webinar calendars from the website. This is the website. You see this little box here. Click on webinar, and then it will take you there. Like I said, the recording of the webinar today will be posted possibly later today or tomorrow on to the sessions that you attended. So if you need to revisit today's webinar, just click on the view, and that will give you access to the recording of today's webinar. Okay, any other questions? Thank you, guys. Thank you to those that attend, this webinar after the Australia Day celebration. Thank you. Any questions, just send us an email or give us a call.